We back. We are back. Hey, we're gonna prime this oil pressure system. A lot of times you can go ahead and put your oil in, hit the start button, boom, oil pressure comes up. That's even after you've pulled the oil pump or the pickup tube or the oil pan, all those things. You can still get away with doing that sometimes. All right, we got this. I don't know if y'all know it or not. This right here is the oil sending unit. It is the same thread as that 8mm down there where you fill up your oil system with oil. So I'm gonna get an 8mm socket. I'm gonna back out that plug, prime this oil system so that we are not having any dry starts. A lot of times you want to do that, especially if you've been dealing with pulling the motor completely apart. This one here, we've pulled the cam, we pulled the oil pump, pulled the pickup tube. The oil pump is full of grease. We you know, sometimes you can get away with just packing it full of grease. So we got a pump full of grease. But that's all. So let's go ahead and pull this plug and see what we got. Pulling this plug on the side of the motor consists of an 8mm Allen head socket. 8mm Allen head socket. Then we can ratchet so we get it backed up. Get down there, get it started, back it out. And like I said, that's the same size as your oil sending unit. It's the same thread, same pitch, same everything. Information I'm giving you is because of doing, not because I've read it. Not because I'm reading it to you off the screen. It's because of doing. Alright, that's him. You can take this thing right here, right? Drill it, tap it, put your barb fitting on it, and then you can do the exact same thing that I'm getting ready to do. Or you can take your oil sending unit, drill it, tap it, and do the exact same thing that I'm getting ready to do. Get you a pump sprayer, right? Works perfect for filling up the transmission, and it works very well for what we're doing here. Put your oil in it, hook up your 3/8 fitting on your line, on your adapter, oil sending unit adapter. All right, get you in there, and then put that 3/8 hose onto the pump sprayer. Screw it in like I'm going to do right here. I'm going to screw it in. Go to your local Aces to get your fittings. That's where I got mine. Drill and tap it to 1/8 inch. Drill and tap it to 3/8. Drill and tap it to 1/4. Drill and tap it to whatever you want on your oil sending unit. Because that's all that is down there. That's an oil sending unit. Knock the head off. Drill it. Tap it. Boom. Then I'm going to take this hose and I'm going to attach it to this pump sprayer, right? Thing about this pump sprayer is I can lock it. So I'll just take in. I'm gonna pull the valve cover back off because we want to see. We gotta see oil coming to the top of the rockers, man. For a minute, you might hear some air pop, 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 pop. Anyway. See them brand new springs on that bad boy with them seals? I'm going to zoom in for y'all because we got to get that oil coming to the top, right? We got to see that oil coming to the rockers. This is all with a pump sprayer too. Pump it up. You can do the same thing. You can make your own pressurized system and fill it up full of air with a compressor. Yes. Might take a minute, yeah. Might take a minute. What am I saying gallons? 5 quarts. Got 5 quarts in the system. We're going to take 5 quarts, pump it through the whole system. Because that's what's all in my pump sprayer. So once we see the quarts or oil coming across the rockers, that means we've pressurized the system. So we should have oil pressure once we hit the key. You can do this without messing with it. Do a dry start, however it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So let me get to it. Looking for oil, looking for air, looking for bubbles. We ain't got none of that yet. We ain't got none of that yet. We've got oil on the back rocker. We got oil on the 3rd rocker. We got oil. We've got oil, y'all. We've got oil. Let me move y'all in to show y'all where we got oil at now. We got oil. We've got oil. See that? There's oil there. And then there's oil back there. See it running? See it running? See it running? We got oil. So that's our objective, is to get this system primed with oil. So and again, I'm gonna keep pumping oil, sending oil to it until I see oil coming across these rockers as well. Okay, we got oil. We got oil back here. Let me move this out the way. Right there. You see my hand? We've got oil right there, y'all. We've got oil. So there's still some more. We want to see oil in other places, not just there now. We want to see oil. We got oil in the number 2 rocker. We got oil in the number 4 rocker. We got oil in the number 8 rocker. We have none on number 6 as of yet. And then over here, we've got oil in the number 7 rocker, and that's it. So I may have to rotate the engine by hand with a ratchet. I think I might do that as well, just to go ahead and see if we can get some oil in other places. Okay. We got a little compression going on. Y'all hear it? My ratchet I'm using is junk. All right, we got oil on. We got oil on 2, 4, and 8. Then we've got oil on 7. That's it. So let's pump this thing up some more. And it's a slow process, man. I mean, we're trying to push, the viscosity of oil. We're trying to push it through the engine and get pressure pumped up as if the motor was running. Like I said, we got oil on 7. We don't have no oil nowhere else. But we do got them new valve springs, baby. And them new valve seals on them H62 heads. We got a BTR stage 2 cam jumping over here. Okay, we got all 2, 4, 6. Nope, 2, 4, and 8. We ain't got nothing on 6 yet. 2, 4, and 8. 2, 4, and 8. And then 7 over here. Let's get some oil, y'all. Let's get some oil jumping in this system. We have the, what is it, that knockoff pan, Holly pan. We had to do a little bit to the winner's tray. If you remember, if you haven't seen it, go back and check the video. You shall see exactly what we did there. Then I had to touch up these valve covers again. Then we got that China boy harness. Watch it work. Watch it work. I'm telling you, watch it work. And then we've got BTR Stage 2. New the springs that come with it and the seals. Then I think we got a 32 or 3000 stall 4L60 sheet metal intake, 33-pound injector, and this thing should boogie. This thing should boogie. Now we're gonna make stupid horsepower, probably not, but is it gonna make good power? Yes, sir. Is it going to sound good? Yes, sir. So, get your pump sprayer. Get your oil sending unit. Get your barb fitting. Pour you some oil in it. And pressurize your oil system. It's easier to do before you get the power steering pump on. You know, I kind of want to do this first, then put the power steering pump bracket and power steering pump and alternator, all that on. It's easier to do before that because otherwise you'll be fighting behind the power steering pump. Easiest way to do it is now or on the engine stand. Oil on number 4, baby. We got oil on number 6. We got oil 6, 4. Now we need to see a little bit on 2. We still ain't seeing nothing on number, what's that, 1, 3, 5, and what's that, 1, 3, 5. We ain't got nothing on number 2, 4, number 6. We ain't got nothing on number 6. And then we've got it on number 3, and we got it on number 7, and we got it on number 5. So it's getting there. It's like I said, it's a process. It's going to take a little bit, but that's a good sign to see that we are getting oil through the engine. So when we start this dude, it will not be no dry starts. None. Now, we know we had oil pressure prior to changing the oil pump, but we didn't want to take a chance. We went ahead and put that new pump in it. Went ahead and put the cam cover plate, and we did not pull the heads. To get an idea of what this may sound like, go back and watch the video on Birthday Brown. And what you see as far as wire goes, you're not going to see none of that. Watch. Watch and see. Nah, watch and see. See if we can get a little oil on number 1. So we got oil on 3, 5, and 7. We don't have nothing on number 1 yet. But we got oil on 2, 4, a little bit on 6, and 8. So I'm going to go ahead, grab my ratchet, wherever I put it, and we'll rotate this engine one more again. All right. Rotate. We're still yet to see anything on 6. We need to get some oil on number 6, man. And then while doing this, if I ain't mistaken, you know, we're sending some oil through the lifter. We're sending oil through the lifter. Come on, baby. Let's see some on number 1 now. Come on. Nothing on 1. Number 7's pumping good. Number 5, we got it on either exhaust or intake. And then number 3, we've got it on either the intake or the exhaust. So we've got oil. I don't want to bore y'all with just this, so hold tight. Yeah, it's slow process. It's a slow process. I went ahead, like I said, I pulled all 5 quarts in my pump sprayer. And then I'll add the extra quart once I get all 5 in there. And if we had a pressure gauge back there on the oil sending unit, guarantee you we would see some kind of pressure. But being that we're going with a digital dash, Intellitronics for the box Chevy, that's what we're going with. So being that we're going with that, we shall see some pressure, oil pressure. And then, like I said, we're dealing with some of these digital dashes. Use the specific sensor that came with those dashes, because if you don't, your readings may be off. But we're still looking for that oil on that number 1 cylinder. You see it there on number 3, right? Y'all see it? See it on number 5, 7. Here, let's zoom in for you. Zoom in for you. See it? See it all? See it all? We're just trying to get some on that number 1 and trying to get some on that number 4 and number 6, either intake or exhaust. One of the two. We're going to run this whole 5 quarts through the system. Should drain right back down into the oil pan and not have any problems. And look down there at my little adapter. It's just hand tight. That's it. Like I said, Ace Hardware. You can get all your good stuff as far as what you need as far as fittings. Tractor Supply may have it, but Ace Hardware's got a better selection of fittings and those things. So till we get oil on number 1, we're gonna hold tight. Be back in a minute. Now, another thing about doing this, you want all your push rods clean. Because if your push rods ain't clean, you'll never see oil come to the top of that rocker. We know that all these push rods are clean. We blew them out with air. We sprayed them out with parts cleaner. So we know they're clean. Look at all the rockers on the passenger side. Oil, oil, oil. Uh-oh, we don't have no oil there. But guess what? I seen it doing a little bubbling. Oil, oil, and oil. So, you know, that's for us to know that we have oil in all the places it should be. We've yet to see. Now we've got oil on 3, 5, and 7. We've yet to see any oil on number 1. So we're going to go ahead and rotate this motor one more again. See if we can see some oil to the top. Try to get that. What is that? That lifter pumped up with oil. Now, like I said, this engine, let's go ahead. Y'all hear it little. All right, we'll hold that right there. So a little oil going to the top. Right there? Yet? Nope. But we got it there though. We got it there. And it looks like we're about dry. Like I said, we put the whole 5 quarts in it. It held 1 gallon. We still have 1 more quart that we need to add to the system. But like we'll add that through the valve cover itself. Now, I feel like that we have oil through the system enough to where I can start the engine and be safe enough to where we have oil pressure. I'm not really sweating what I see as far as not having any right there at the moment, and not having any right here at the moment. I feel like that those will pick up as soon as the engine is turned over and running. Oil pump is pumping. Because why? We have oil everywhere else. Go ahead and pump the rest of this oil in. Go ahead and put our 8mm plug back in. And our oil system is 100%, in my opinion, primed. Oil system intake plumbed. Got our intake plumbed. Got them 33-pound injectors. We did run the adapters. Now, if these adapters don't work, we have another set of adapters that will work. The only thing I run into with these brackets that holds down the fuel rail is the hole don't match up. So I'm gonna have to re-drill the hole. That's no big deal. That's just 6 holes. Re-drill the hole, and then I have to get that throttle cable bracket as well. Cortez Resto shipped me one. Good looking out. Put our gaskets on, bolt our intake down. Let's see here. All right, we have our fittings all in. That is our brake line fitting. This right here, what you're seeing, this hose right here, that is our map. Now, I need y'all to stay with me on this, because what y'all think this sometimes what it is ain't what it is. All right, see, we got the valve covers back on, got the intake setting on. We have not been able to bolt the intake down because we need that brake booster line. I could probably run some 3/8 to, was it 3? I could probably run some 3/8 and get away with it. I'm not sure. But once we get that brake booster line on, we'll mount this dude on permanently. We got them injectors in, 33-pound injectors in. And what else is it? Oh, the adapters. And then we got 6A in. Gonna feed this dude with 6A in line, 92mm, of course. And we in there, man. We in there. Ain't much more we need to do. We got the harness in. We're gonna go ahead and clean up those coil packs. Get them coil packs wired up, set in there, because we want to hear this thing turn over. We got to hear it turn over. I think I'm gonna have to move the original old sending unit, because we got that Intellitronics digital dash, and with that Intellitronics digital dash, it has its own sending unit, which is non-metric. It is a standard pipe thread, so we're gonna get an adapter. So what do? It's the same thing we did on our plumbing the oil, priming the oil. Knock a head off, and we'll tap it. We'll tap an eighth inch pipe thread and screw that dude in there, and then we'll have oil pressure, man. We'll have oil pressure. So that's another thing we need to do before we try to bolt this thing down completely. But once we do that, we're still going to go ahead and reroute those wires there. See those wires there? We're going to reroute those wires to a place to where they're underneath everything, because they got to come over here, over to the driver's passenger side. So once we reroute all those wires, we're going to pull the motor forward probably a 1/4 inch. Motor needs to come this way probably 1/4 inch, and then we'll let it set. We'll let it be where it's at, man. We'll be where it's at. Run our coolant lines, heater core lines, and a starter and some power wire. We'll hit the key on this puppy. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Stay tuned. Stay tuned.